Hello crafty friends and welcome back. Today I am playing along with the Cut File Craze challenge as well as using some of my papers from my 100 pattern paper stack of papers that I chose back in January. So I am definitely making some progress on my stack here. I think the last time I checked was down to 67 papers, and I actually used 3 of them on this particular layout. So there, in the first little bit of the video, I was showing you the cut file that I was going to use. It's actually a pre-cut one from Bella Boulevard, and it says documented. So that will come back into play here in a little bit, but first I am basically creating the base of my layout. So as I was picking out the photos, I decided that I didn't want to back the cut file. One, I was kind of being lazy, that I didn't have a lot of time and needed to create a couple different layouts this weekend. So I went the easy route and decided to put the cut file on a darker colored paper. And I finally decided that I liked it the best on that rust colored paper. So I have my 3 different sizes of mats. There you can see the base of my layout there. And then I did decide to go ahead and that there was a little bit of writing on that cream paper that I liked. So I decided just to cut out a couple different notches on each side and create a little bit of interest. So here is how, when I make these multiple mats, I do like to use my tear tape, and I'm just showing you my method of making sure that it is straight before pushing everything down. So I just unfold like a small portion on each corner and then fold back the tape, and then after everything's down and pushed down in those 4 corners, then you use the little tabs from the rest of it to pull the rest of the tape off. So hopefully that is a helpful tip to you. If you haven't tried it, give it a try. And then my other tip here is when I do have multiple layers that are gutted or have some uneven pieces on the back of my layouts, that I do use some of my older washi tape that maybe I've used some of it on a layout, but maybe I don't have the papers or anything left anymore from that collection. So it goes into a bucket, and I eventually use it in things like this where I need to just hold all the edges down. So since this cut file came in white and most of my layout is more a distressed look, that I am using, what is it, scattered straw. I guess I'll have it sitting here. No, antique linen is the lighter color that I'm using here. But then I decided it was a little too yellow compared to some of the other pieces that I was using, even though I do end up bringing in more yellow later. So I do bring in a little bit of tea dye and a little bit of gathered twigs. And really it's just minimal, that I just kind of dot it around here and there, brush it, and just to give it a little bit of variation throughout all of the cut file there. So there you can see that it kind of has all the same tone, and then I realized that I forgot to do the center of the O. And I don't know if this cut file came with the centers of the D, but I couldn't find them in my package. So if it did, I possibly threw them away. I don't know, but I couldn't find it. So if I ever do find them, I'll probably come back and add them. Otherwise, I did find a solution coming up, you'll see. So now you can see I've brought in the pieces that I gutted from the 2 background pieces. So I'm matting my photos on the cream colored, and then I'll come back in with the scrap piece from the dark wood grain, and I'm going to use that to put another second mat on each of my photos here. So, and then the little bits that I have left will go into my scrap bin for any potential future use. So 3 papers used up from my 100 pattern paper challenge. So that was kind of fun to, and then I know I still have a couple more of these 49 and Market papers to use up, and I still have several. I actually, these are the first pictures that I have documented from his 2-year-old photo session. So cute, and this is actually the cute story, and I will actually tell it on the companion page that will be next to this one. So he was really into construction equipment at the age of 2, and so we met our photographer in our local downtown area, which is really small. It's just a triangle, actually. It's not even downtown. And so we started taking a couple pictures against a small brick wall, and we could hear some beeping going on around the side of the building. And so um, and he was throwing a fit, so I gave him his little truck that I had a bag full of trucks, and so the truck was one of them that we took with us. So I was fine with him holding his dozer or whatever this is in his hand for his pictures, because that was actually the theme of his 2-year birthday party. So as we came around the corner to find another location to start taking some pictures, here was this piece of, oh, why am I blanking on what this is called? Excavator? Is that what it is? I think it is. Anyway, so it was digging a hole behind this building, and so Cody just stood there and he was totally in awe of this machine. And so the operator totally gave him a show. He noticed that Cody held up his toy and that it matched exactly what he was using, and so he actually waved at him using the bucket of the excavator. And so that was kind of fun. And so I just wanted to show these little, it's his chubby little hands holding his toy in the 2 pictures, and then him looking at the excavator. And so that is the story that I'm going to be telling on the other companion page once I create that one. So while I was jabbering on about that I did pull out some of the frames from the Ochre collection from 49 and Market, and I also have from Rust and Rebs too. I did pick up some of the enamel pieces, and so one on one side says amazing, and then the other side is like a construction sign there. And so here now I'm just kind of going through and adding little embellishments. And so here's my solution for not having the center of the D's right now, that I have these 2 little laser cut hearts from 49 and Market, and so I just place those there. And let's see, what am I working on? Oh, here I'm trying to decide if I'm going to put enamel dots on, and ultimately I'm like, yes, just use the enamel dots. So I just find a couple different places to put several different colors on. And let's see, that wraps things up. So if you have any questions for me, please feel free to leave those down below. I do have a link to the Cut File Craze playlist, so go check out everyone else playing along. I will have a link to the Facebook page for the 100 Pattern Paper Challenge if you want to check out all the inspiration over there as well. So thank you for stopping by, and we will see you next time. Bye.